So I went down there, and on that particular night, I hung out for a while, and this dude that I met, Mohammed from Bangladesh, who had come to Thailand to sell, I don't know what he came to Thailand to do, but as it was, his job had been pushing a cart, a street food cart that, crepes, right? I don't know, I can't remember what Thai pancakes, I can't remember if it was a different name than crepes, but it was a pretty popular item. And so it was just this big, flat grill or whatever that you wheeled around. He made fresh crepes with, pineapple in them or whatever. So he was there, and then this guy who was staying in Thailand for like a month, so he would come and hang out. And there was a guy from Canada too, I can't remember his name. But on just a most random of nights, it looked like some sort of UN King of the Hill with like me and, a Bangladeshi, a Canadian, and an Australian hanging out at the gas station owned by this Thai family. But on that particular night, I went down there, we were hanging out. I think a couple of them left or whatever. It was kind of late. And my friend T, who has like a motorbike service, he was up there hanging out. And I asked him to run me down to 7-Eleven to get some beer. This is not the point, but I won't get into that. So I asked him to run me down to get some beer, and I bought him a beer. And while I'm in there getting the beer, he's gotten a phone call, and he's got to go pick somebody up. He's such an industrious worker, man. He had a day job, and then at night he was doing the motorbike taxi service. And he's like, I gotta go pick somebody up. I was like, yeah, it's fine. It's only like, I don't know where it was, like 7-8 blocks or something from the bootleg gas station. And so I was like, yeah, it's fine. I'll just walk home. And I was walking home, trying to make this quick. I was walking home, and I got about 4 blocks down, kind of where it's all familiar to me, but I pass it on a motorbike, so it's not that familiar. About 4 blocks down, I see this little girl standing in the middle of the street. She's not like panicked or anything. She's just standing there. I don't know if she's panicked or not. She's not bawling or anything, but this is a busy street. It's a 2-lane road, but any road in Thailand, on Phuket Island, that is not 1 lane is a busy road. So I don't know. I don't have children. I don't have empathy. But I thought it was shit. And so, I run as much as you can run over like a 1 lane of traffic. I don't think I got to 30. And I just run over there and scoop her up or take her over to the other side of the road. And I guess that understandable trauma, I don't know, she probably didn't care she was in the middle of the road, but now she's got some big white guy grabbing her or running. And so, that kind of freaked her out. She started crying or whatever. And unbeknownst to me, that's a fancy word for I didn't fucking see it, there's this dog over there that's now running at us, right? And it looked like a German Shepherd. It wasn't a German Shepherd, but if gun to my head, what did it look like, Your Honor? Well, it looked like a German Shepherd, the same kind of height and blonde hair, and apparently mean. And so as I get to the other side, this dog has now intersected me and comes up and barks for seconds, and then proceeds to fucking bite me on the leg, right? So now I've got this girl in my arms who's crying because I saved her from traffic, and I've got this dog that's now fucking bitten me on the leg, and he bites once, and then he just comes back and starts beginning to, I'm not going to do an impression of a dog. Everybody knows what a dog sounds like. I guess it depends on the dog. It didn't sound like a chihuahua, did it? And so I've still got this girl in my hands because, that fucking thing hurt. But, I'm not going to... And so within, literally 15 seconds, I would assume, like three people run up, and the girl looks and starts screaming to them in Thai. I don't know what she's saying. The dog is now, I don't, I don't know if the dog is intimidated. Maybe it's their dog, right? But the dog is now distracted enough that he is no longer my immediate threat. I assumed that maybe those three people were, but they weren't. So I set the girl down. They pick the girl up. No one, I know what thank you is in Thai, and no one said that, but I don't blame them. They don't know what happened, right? But they don't stick around to find out what happened. One of them scoops the girl up and takes off one way, and then the other two go the other way. So, but I'm sure it was their kid or whatever. So now I'm standing there on the street, like 5 blocks from the bootleg gas station, with this gash in my fucking leg. And it's funny because it happened almost across the street from this pharmacy that I would go to. I mean, not like, you know. I mean, I have prescriptions here in America and I get them filled. There, you don't need a prescription to get them filled. So it was kind of ironic that if it had been if the pharmacy had been open, I could have just gone in there and been like, hey, you got any, like, you know, stuff for dog bite? But as it was, they were closed. So I walked back to the bootleg gas station. I'm trying to wrap this up. I know I went over the first try. I'm trying to wrap this up.